Great. First, thank you all for this opportunity. My name is Sebastian. I'm from Uruguay. I've been living in Valencia for a month, so I'm really excited to be here. I'm a marketer, so I'm not a developer. This is all vibe coded, so don't be harsh on me. First, I want some little question. Of course, like in this kind of events, we all use AI every day. That's no question. How many of us have we used any LLM to get a recommendation in the last month? Okay, yeah, 100%. But how many of us, being engineers, technicians, whatever, have we trust 100% what an LLM said? No. Like today, a client was asking me about a CRM. Okay, recommend me a CRM, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, you can have a Soho, and you can pay $100, and you have unlimited leads. That's weird. I double check. No, like 10,000. So not unlimited. So that's part of who we are now. Now, most people use LLMs to ask for recommendations for whatever things. But we are not like most people. We go to the tiny little things. But my background, as I mentioned, I'm a marketer. I work in digital marketing. I have a small agency in Uruguay of 12 people. We do SEO and performance ads. In this case, we built a GEO tool. So it's like SEO, but instead of Google, in AI. How your brand can appear in AI. So with Cursor, vibe coding, I did this. This is Crecerank. This is locally, but then you can check it out. And with Python and yeah, mainly with Python, I connected with a lot of APIs to run this tool. How this works? So first of all, you can run your project. Let me change it. There. How does this work? You put your URL, so the AI checks what's your brand. Select your country, because it's not the same if you look in Spain or whatever country, and you put keywords. We started, even though AI doesn't use keywords per se, we thought it was an easier way to ask for the user, okay, tell me how users are going to look for you. It's not the same to ask for the prompts in the first part. And then OpenAI recommends prompts. These prompts then are searched in various LLMs, ChatGPT, Google AI Overview, Gemini, and Perplexity. How this works? We are using Cloro. Cloro is a Spanish company that does scrapping for these prompts. So it's like real user interface. They grab this prompt, for example, I don't know, which are the best SEO agencies? They go to ChatGPT, they send their request, and lively they get the answer and give it to me. Am I explaining myself? Great. So then OpenAI checks for each LLM if your brand appears. It's that simple. And then after they see if your brand appears, it gives you a percentage of visibility. In the GEO world, it's called share of voice. You know how many times your brand appears in different AIs. So we have a lot of prompts because usually it's not like in SEO world in Google you have not so many keywords. I don't know, BCs in Spain. That's one keyword, and you can cover a lot of things with that keyword. In here, you have to search for a lot of prompts in the GEO world. So you can check for a lot of prompts, check for every LLM, and that's all done with Cloro. Cloro helps you getting that information. They have a connection with every LLM. Before, we used Data for SEO, that is also connecting to LLMs, but the main option they have is with APIs. They connect with the API of ChatGPT, for example. So we did some tests, and the information we were getting was not like real. You get information, but it was more like scraping like database, not something on real time. Cloro, it takes a while. It takes like 50 seconds per request. So a whole analysis, it could take an hour. That's something we are working on. But this is like the main part of the tool. To analyze prompts, check LLM, how many times appear, okay, that's your percentage. And then you can also see, like, I don't know, sources, because LLMs, as you may know, scrape all internet to see what they will recommend you. Mainly, you can see, I don't know, Reddit, YouTube, Wikipedia. They use a lot of these huge websites as sources to recommend you different companies. In this case, this one, you can see which sources are the most important to maybe get into those websites and get into the list. 7 best forums of inversions for startups in Spain. Okay, you can get in touch with the website and try to get in and get promoted there. Then in here, we do some SEO analysis with Ahrefs. Ahrefs is like #1 tool for SEO. They offer GEO tools for us, but it's like $500 per month, and it's really expensive for us. And then, yeah, you also get like GEO action plans. So, okay, what can you do with that? We run this with OpenAI, GPT-4o, to see what can you do in here. It's broke? No, but I'm not connected. Maybe here. There. So you have like some audit, AI crawler access status, and some options here. We run everything on render. This was the first time I used render. Here's the backend, front end, database, and the Chronos. We use Resend. We use Resend to manage all the mailing for, okay, your analysis is done, something is broken, whatever. And right now we are struggling with 2 main things. The first one, the sync with Cloro. Every time Cloro asks for, okay, I'm offline, but every time Cloro asks for a request, it takes a while. So we have to show the user like, okay, like you will be a while. So you can close it and it will run on the background. But still, like the first time you use it, you want the results as soon as possible. So we have to work on that. Or on the onboarding to explain the user, it will take a while, or make it faster somehow. We are working with the asynchronization with Cloro, but still is not much faster. And that's mainly it. We created this tool because in the agency we use these tools all day long because our clients pay us for this. So we want to sell it B2B for our clients and other people. And this was my first time creating a SaaS like this. And it took me like a little bit more than a month with Cursor. It was a lot of new things. But I think like with all these APIs open, you can connect with them quite easily. And yeah, it was quite an adventure, and I think I'm pretty happy with it. Being humble, not knowing technical, I'm happy with it. Thank you.
Are you tuning for which models? Because you mentioned 4.0 for ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But we're at 5.4.
Yeah, I know.
Are you tuning for different thinking modes?
Yeah. So the
just like, okay, I'm not in ChatGPT, but really it's because we're using a different model.
Of course. No, yeah. I mean, so we are comparing costs. I think I have it here. So each run for form prompts, it costs us $1.2, for example. If we use the last version, it's like double the cost.
Yeah, of course.
And we haven't seen a big difference in results.
As in, if you are a brand working, I have a brand, I'm working with you.
Yeah.
I want to find my brand
Yeah.
in the AIs.
You will get the same results with an older version of ChatGPT. Yeah.
Okay, understood. So you're just, is it a default, or like which model of Gemini are you using? If you're using Google, like
No,
you're not experiencing any difference between
for the backend of OpenAI or checking the LLMs.
which LLMs are you checking it?
ChatGPT, Gemini.
Which?
Oh no, it's the last version because
it's the latest version.
yeah.
Okay.
Because it's live. It's if you open incognito, you go to ChatGPT, put the prompt.
It's the default. Okay.
It's the default version.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is with web search enabled, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going through the website and that is the default.
Yeah. For example, Data for SEO goes to Google and search if I want to see how many YouTubes you have on your channel. It goes to youtube.com space cite. So it's with search enabled. Yeah.
Follow-up question?
Yeah.
Do you think it also makes sense to do geo for the training data? So if web search is not enabled, will you show up?
That's good. That's great.
Because I have seen people talk especially about stuff like, hey, I'm building this library, this API I want to sell.
Yeah.
And they're spawning hundreds, thousands of basically fake bullshit public GitHub repos.
Yeah.
Promoting their own API.
Yeah.
And half a year later, it's in the trading data.
Yeah. I mean, it will continue to be there, but the thing I think in the long term,
Sure, but they have not figured out how to filter properly.
Yeah, not yet.
There's so much input data, and currently they're just throwing everything in there.
Yeah. But I think it's like SEO 10 years ago. We could tweak it out to appear first, and now with the AI, it's kind of there. But I think the market or the AI world will fix itself. Yeah.
I'm just asking because I was wondering
Yeah.
if it would be a nice approach to just go with, like, when they fix it, we change our strategy, but until they haven't, we do that to confuse it. Like
Yeah, I mean,
Pay for that.
yeah, at the beginning it will be an issue. It is an issue. Yeah. Interesting. Thank you.
It's crazy how much trust people are giving to it. Like we have been experiencing. We just released a website like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And already done some things for Geo, maybe not as extensive like this, but we've seen the percentage of conversion
Yeah.
like 5 times higher when it comes from ChatGPT.
Literally.
And we're like,
Literally.
what the fuck? And now I'm like, every time that I need to put reviews on the site, every time I'm gonna say AI review generated based on 100 reviews. So suddenly you can write whatever you want,
Yeah.
more or less, and people trust that because like, if an AI says so, it will.
Yeah. And there's like a number that we have on the website, like 64% of people blindly trust what an AI mentions, like without questioning it. Yeah, and related to that, we also connected to Google Analytics. So it's, let me see if it's here. so we can show you how much traffic you got from that LLM when it works.